What is this, Matthew? I said this is the surface of the moon.
These are all ways of getting to know Hugh Grover's ready to climb steep slopes at night.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
This is the most beautiful
Yeah.
museum I've been in.
Oh, well, that's nice of you to say. Did you have a chance to?
No.
Let's do this.
Over the course of a decade, Pittsburgh has transformed itself into a center of the space industry. Today, Pittsburgh scientists and companies are inventing new ways to reach space, work there, and expand human reach to the moon and beyond.
Pittsburgh is this emerging hub for the space industry, which I think is incredible. But it has this long, rich history in technology that I think is incredibly important. And that really dates back to even steel. So we think about Pittsburgh as a steel city. It was a hub of innovation in that era. And it struggled, with the death of steel in the United States to figure out what its next great arc was going to be. And I think what's really been so exciting is to see the emergence of not just technology, but education and healthcare being centered here. And I think that when I think of Pittsburgh and what the next 100 years of Pittsburgh is going to look like, I think it's going to be a story of innovation.
Pittsburgh is a leader, but it is not the only place experiencing a space boom today. In fact, the entire space industry has taken off, growing into an industry worth hundreds of billions of dollars and bringing new opportunities to cities and towns across the country and around the world. Take rocket launches. In 2021, the world broke its previous record for launches in a year, smashing the old mark of 129, set in 1984. And 2022 saw even more launches.
And just to see this incredible volume of launches, it's unprecedented. Before we would only see one launch, with shuttle, one launch, every so often, every year, a couple of years, few years. Now we're seeing multiple launches. Sometimes, in some cases, even recently, we've seen multiple launches in one day.
The nature of these efforts has changed too. In 1984, most rockets were launched by countries, mainly the United States and Soviet Union, and usually for military use. Today, Most launches are by private companies working in many different aspects of space. From satellites to space tourism and space cargo, to new ways of launching spacecraft.
At the North and South Pole, we're not sure exactly what form it's in, whether it's ice or whether it's little water droplets inside the regolith. But the water, if we can mine it, can be used for a lot of things, including feed astronauts water. It can be used to make air that the astronauts need to breathe. And water is comprised of oxygen and hydrogen, which is one of our favorite rocket fuels. So if we can extract water from the moon, we can make more rocket fuel and get to Mars a lot easier than from Earth.
Later in the decade, humans will get their turn. NASA's Artemis program will send the first people to the moon since 1972, including the first woman and first African American. Later missions will establish the moon's first long-term settlement. This future is taking shape here on Earth, in Pittsburgh, and in this very building. In fact, in a clean room just feet from here, engineers are assembling some of the moon's next explorers.
Pittsburgh is leading our nation back to the surface of the moon. This is incredibly exciting for our city here. It is the first spacecraft ever to be built in Pittsburgh.